What is up, you guys? Cryptic Element here, coming at you with a brand new Battlefront 2 video here on the channel. Today I just wanted to do some fun speculation on just some cool ideas for a Battlefront 2 DLC season and what I think would be a lot of fun for DLC content. I think it could really work out if done right. And the DLC season I would like to suggest is the Battle of Teth during the Clone Wars. Now, if you guys do not know what this battle is or why it happened or whatnot, just give you a quick rundown. So basically, Jabba the Hutt's son, Rada, was kidnapped by the Separatists and he was being held in a monastery on top of this massive rock formation on the planet Teth. And the Republic was actually not able to land on the monastery platform, so what they had to do was they had to land before the cliff formation, and their tanks and troops had to climb the cliff surface, fight the droids while they were climbing, and they had to take the monastery by force. And then they ended up taking the monastery, and then the Separatists had a counterattack towards the monastery, and they had to basically like defend and whatnot, and just make sure Jabba's son got out of there safely. So now that I've explained to you the basic premise of the battle, I want to tell you why I think this would be a great DLC season, or just like part of a DLC season for Battlefront 2. So let me just run down everything that I think would be in a Battle of Teth DLC season. So for the vehicles, we would have LAAT gunships, we would have ATTEs, we would have dwarf spider droids, STAPs, V-19 Torrents, and Vulture droids. Some extra vehicles we could also have would be AATs, ATRTs, Y-Wings, and Hyena bombers. Now, those four vehicles weren't really in the battle, but I mean, when it comes to balance and whatnot, and just extra gameplay, I feel like those could be great vehicle additions. Now for the game modes, first starting off with Galactic Assault, this could either work as a completely new game mode, or it could also work for Galactic Assault just to fill in for what Galactic Assault would be like on the Battle of Teth. So phase 1, the Republic climbs up the cliffside with ATTEs and infantry units, while the Separatists post up at the top of the cliff, shooting down at the attacking side. If the Republic wins, the match moves on to phase 2, otherwise the match ends completely. Now for phase 2, the Republic attempts to take control of the monastery while the Separatists defend. For extra gameplay aspects of phase 2, there could be ATTEs, AAT tanks, ATRT light walkers along the outsides of the monastery for some epic close quarters vehicular combat. If the Republic wins this phase, the match moves on to phase 3, otherwise the match ends completely. For phase 3, the Republic defends a monastery from the Separatist counterattack. Whoever wins this phase wins the match. Now for heroes, we have Captain Rex and Asajj Ventress. Now this is assuming Ahsoka is going to be in the game already. At this point in recording this, the only evidence we have of Ahsoka possibly being in Battlefront 2 is the fact that one of the voices from the Starfighter Assault trailer sounds identical to Ahsoka. Like that voice actor of Ahsoka, Ashley Eckstein, sounds identical to her. There's no confirmation of Ahsoka being in the game at all, but if this was the only way Ahsoka could be in the game, I think I might have to switch out Captain Rex for Ahsoka, just because I feel like she's more of an important character. Like, I love Rex and all, but I feel like Ahsoka would have to come first in this scenario if she wasn't in the game already. And then for hero ships, we have the Twilight, which is Anakin's freighter from the early seasons of the Clone Wars. We've got the Genevex class Fanblade Starfighter. That is Asajj Ventress's ship. I'm sure you guys might recognize this, maybe, possibly, but that's her personal ship. And then we have Obi-Wan's Starfighter if it wasn't in the game already. It could be introduced in this DLC. Some other cool aspects for the DLC that I would love to see is maybe some droid transport ships, Republic Star Destroyers, and Separatist battle cruisers in the air just to add some extra atmosphere to the battle. And another thing that would be really cool to see is during the Battle of Teth, it started out like during the daytime or during the morning or something, and it progressively got darker out as the battle went on. So like when the battle started, it was really bright out, but when the Republic was defending from this Separatist counterattack, it was pretty much nighttime. So that'd be cool if as the match went on, the lighting for the game would change. That'd be really cool, actually. Now, the flaws I could think of with this DLC have to do with Phase 1 of Galactic Assault, because the Republic is climbing up a cliff with walkers and troops, and the Separatists have to basically look down to shoot. And even if there would be, like, dwarf spider droids, they'd be basically shooting downwards. So implementing that with a 40-player game mode would be kind of tricky. Also, reworking the physics would, I'd assume, be a huge challenge over at DICE. Like, I mean, for God's sakes, they're climbing up a cliff. Like, that must be an insane challenge to have to do when it comes to, like, making sure the physics work. Because if, let's say you're a walker and you get destroyed, your walker would fall right to the ground. From, like, let's say you're halfway up the cliff, you get destroyed, the walker would just tumble straight down to the ground. It wouldn't just sit there, it would have to fall down with gravity. That's the one issue I think this DLC would have. It would definitely be a huge obstacle for the developers to sort of hop over, but I think if pulled off right, it could be amazing. I remember seeing this battle for the first time as a kid. I was blown away. This is probably one of my favorite battles in Star Wars of all time, just because of how crazy it is. Like, they're climbing up a cliff, for God's sakes. They're not just fighting against the Separatists, they're fighting against gravity. That's insane. And this cliff is huge too. Look at this thing. I personally think this is a great DLC. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this DLC could work in Battlefront 2? Would you guys like to see this DLC? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's get a discussion going on it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel to join the ever so growing Table of Elements. We got more Battlefront content coming to the channel, guys, so stay tuned for that. Don't want to miss that. But until next video, you guys, I hope you have a great day. Cryptic Element, signing off. Take it easy, you guys.